Some metro systems have circle lines. These lines used to intrigue me. They go round and round and round and lead you nowhere. The longer you ride, the less sense it makes. The moment you've done the full circle and continue riding, there's cause for concern. I've encountered circle lines in 2 cities, in London and in Berlin. I'll never put my foot in neither of them again. I met Ashton Croyd along both lines with almost 20 years between them. I'm here to tell his story. You may think you've heard it before, but you haven't really. Not the true story. Many of you will remember the pictures of a man going under, but that's not who he was, at least not how I remember him. And as he's not here to tell the story himself, I'll try my best. You'll see some interviews and clips from his last year, but they've been edited and censored by the people behind the project. And believe me, there were dark forces behind this that don't want to show their true faces. It took quite a few legal battles to come to this point, but here I am now. I've found enough footage and information, and the more I've found, the more I understand where you find his soul. It's in his music.
When the city wakes, when the city wakes, it will see what we've been through. When the morning breaks, if we've survived. When the city wakes.
Since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to be an actress, to be in films, to tell romantic stories of love and hate and of life and death. And here I am, finally doing my own film. And even though it contains all the ingredients I could wish for, this is not the kind of film I imagined. I expect no red carpet, no applause from the audience on the opening night, like I dreamed of 20 years ago. A dream that led me to London to develop as an actress at one of the world's leading drama schools. And it's there that I met Ashton Croyd.
When the city wakes, when the city wakes, it will see what we've been through. When the morning breaks, if we've survived. When the city wakes.
Well, Ashton was not his real name, but the class gave up to pronounce his original Scandinavian name after a couple of months, so he chose Ashton Croyd as an alias. The year in London was a time of Shakespeare and love, fencing and passion and drama, on many levels. I was taken off guard when he fell madly in love with me. We were rehearsing scenes from the comedy Twelfth Night. He played the Jester Fester, and I played Olivia. Officially, I could not allow myself to return his feelings. I was engaged, but in the rehearsal space I sometimes couldn't restrain myself. It was like living in a different world where they spoke a poetic and romantic language that seemed so much more relevant to our feelings than the language we found outside. Our backgrounds couldn't be more different, but here we could be equals. We were both foreigners, but as even the English students struggled with Shakespeare, we didn't feel out of place. We fell in love while speaking this long-lost language, so much that the reality outside started to blur out. The drama school was scattered around southwest London, so we were constantly on the move underground. The sound of the tube became the soundtrack of that time. The screeching sound of friction between metals, the lights flashing by in the dark tunnels, then the complete silence and the darkness when the lights went off. When school was finished, he took a detour to follow me to Notting Hill, where I lived. After saying goodbye there, he would continue on the Circle Line to his dodgy flat in King's Cross, as he told me later. London was the coolest city in the world at the time, and to us it was the perfect location. We were the center of the action. When we were together, I was the leading lady of my life, and he was the leading man of his. Our many goodbyes by the steps in Notting Hill tube station had so much suspense in them. He wanted desperately to be physical, but I would coquettishly keep him at an arm's length. I could not allow that in public, and I knew it had to stop. There was a life after this, and I knew I had already let it gone too far. Twelfth Night was the last play we did together as groups changed for the next plays. So did the locations for the rehearsals. It was a relief to me. I had such bad conscience towards my fiancé. Now I would have less contact with Ashton. I knew that if I spent more time with him at this point, there would be no going back. And I could just imagine the size of that scandal back home. We said our final goodbyes at a street corner outside South Kensington tube station.
I leave a note but don't know what it's for. Just scribble something down to make this matter more. But it won't change a thing, it's all the same. Once it could have mattered, but the moment never came. Should say hello to something else.
And he didn't follow me with the train to Notting Hill this time. He said that we would never meet again. It felt like he had turned completely cold.
Trusted fate. Have I been a clown, wasting time to wait for you? Are we still worlds apart tonight? When your shine so bright.
I cried my heart out after he had jumped on the Piccadilly line train back to King's Cross. If I could have seen into the future then, I would have run after him and never let him go.
So I've cleared my head, my words are out. But you will never know what this is all about. My words will give no meaning, you'll see no sense. But it will work just fine as proof of my pretense.
So I moved back to Germany, settled with my fiancé, got married and did what people wanted me to do. Did what I thought I had to do. It was a failure. I could never settle into being the hausfrau that people wanted me to become. I could not give him kids. I hated keeping up the appearances. He could never understand my fits of restlessness, anger, and bitterness.
Who are we? Who are we now? Who are we now? Who are we? Who are we now? Who are we now?
The sad thing is that it took me 18 years to realize it. I had no contact with Ashton in this period. But a week after me and my husband split, he contacted me on Facebook, said he was coming to Berlin if we could meet. It was like God wanted to give us a second chance. It was a shock to see him again. I was so full of expectations, having sent messages back and forth. The old feelings came back, this sensation of being back in this romantic film. But when I opened the door and saw him, I remember thinking, oh no, it's too late. It broke my heart. But I had to take him in. And we had to explore the feelings that never had been allowed to be explored. We had to become us. I think he knew deep down where this was heading, but we had to explore it. Even though it would end in tears again. And it would. I introduced him to Lisa before we split. She was an artist working with photo concepts and installations. I'd been discovering Ashton's music again in the time we had together, and I thought there was something special in his songs. It was still as pure as back in London, and I wanted his stay in Berlin at least to be artistically fruitful. Lisa was not a close friend, but she moved in the same circles as me, and at a dinner party she had been talking about a concept that she was developing.
I was invited to have an exclusive photo exhibition at the JR Gallery in Berlin. This would be my second one, and they wanted me back as my previous one a few years earlier. It was a great success. The working title, or my working title, was Impossible Changes. I wanted to prove that change is possible if you want it, however difficult it seems. It was a theme that I had been working on for a while, but I found it kind of difficult to find the right angle or the right focus on it, because the images I already had were a bit too general and a bit of, all over the place, you know.
Lisa had really grown big in art circles as she managed to reach new and bigger audiences to the galleries. She came across as down-to-earth and modest, but always managed to catch the latest in pop culture. And she was second to none when it came to PR. Her critics actually claimed her true art form was exactly that, public relations.
He was a really rough-looking, middle-aged character, and from his appearance it looked like he was living on the streets. And I found it kind of funny because he had a black acoustic guitar that he seemed to be taking better care of than himself. And he wasn't impressive in any way. I mean, the buskers in Berlin are of high standard and often working professionals that just need some extra cash, you know. But sometimes the moods that he created made me stop. It was like he shared his whole life with the busy commuters passing by. Somehow he could fill the space with his human soul and his guitar and his big voice.
Feel the chorus getting stronger. I need to find my way back again. No way you find the light you search for. No use in waiting for this feeling to fade. When your teeth touch the ground, we're gonna find our way back again. 'Cause it's too hard loving, you know it's too hard loving. It's too hard loving, too hard. You feel your body fight against you. Is it your will to push it further? And when your feet touch the ground, you know you found your way back again. 'Cause it's too hard loving, you know it's too hard loving. It's too hard loving, too hard. It's too hard. You know it's too hard. It's too hard. You know it's too hard. It's too hard. You know it's too hard. It's too hard. Too hard. Too hard.
O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
I didn't recognize any of the songs he performed, so I assumed that it was his own material, you know. I think it's a brave choice if you want people to like what you're doing. But somehow he seemed misplaced. In the beginning it was just a passing thought, but one day when I returned to my studio, I started thinking, why is this person in this situation? Could he change his life around? And what would this change be like, you know? I mean, how far can that go? Yeah, and that's it. That's how my exhibition took a turn and became the Makeover of Ashton Croyd.
In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind.
Oh, just lead me on. Lead me on. Just come with me. We'll
I needed to move forward with my project. And it was an exhibition about our time, so I had to move forward with the platforms of our time. Because the exhibition should be the closing of it, and the presentation would be done online on all the social media platforms. We are making a documentary, and they are following me through my project.
Okay, so they're a part of the...
They are part of
the book.
Yeah, they are just the people too.
There's nothing hidden.
No.
Yeah, just lead me on. Lead me on. Just come with me. We'll deal with it on our way. Yeah, just lead me on. Lead me on. Let's just pretend that there will be no end. Just lead me on. Just come with me. And we'll deal with it on our way. Yeah, just lead me on. Oh, just lead me on. Come what may, we'll deal with it on our way. Let's just pretend there will be no end. Just lead me on. Just lead me on. Just lead me on.
I think Ashton thought the Makeover would be a biographical photo exhibition about him as a musician, and that Lisa would let the music play a vital part of it, that one would give attention to the other, that the focus would be on him as a performer.
Yeah, a makeover, it's a silly concept. Yeah, I know everybody loves it because it's very much in the time, yeah? Because people think that, oh, I lose whatever kilos or blah, 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 blah. And then, ooh, look, success. This is pathetic, we all know this. But it's a symbol that people, you know, it is this dream of something can happen, my life can change around completely. I can become something else, yeah? It's all a scam, it's not true. For me, it's about the music. That's what I live and breathe. That's what I care about. That's my life.
I tried to reach Ashton in this period, but I couldn't get through to him. He was completely cut off from the outside world. However, we could all follow the project on social media. I had a growing feeling that he was doing it all for me, to win me back, that he would stand at my door again, having lived up to his full potential, that we would have our third chance to get things right.
If you don't follow, you know, these are cliches, but you know this. If you don't fit into this, then you're nothing, basically. So it's not so much about, oh, I didn't make it. It's about, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it, yeah? And then when you don't want to be a part of it, you know, it's the anarchist problem. If you don't want to be a part of it, there's nothing for you. You're fucked. Because you have to settle for our rules. We come to this world naked. We have absolutely nothing. We come to this world naked. And then after, say, 2 decades, some people get the idea in their mind that they know how everything works. Oh, the reason why you're here is because this and that, and you have to behave like this and that. Who the fuck gave them these ideas? And who are they to tell me or you what to do? You came to this world screaming, naked. For fuck's sake.
Ashton was in a deep crisis when I met him. I was introduced to him by Helena von Hoff, who actually had been dating him to that point. I think she felt really bad about the situation, as she was the reason he was in Berlin. I had contacted her right before that, because I wanted tips on musicians that were struggling in Berlin. So she hoped that a cooperation with me would help him move on quicker.
Can you explain to me why you have it in religion, you have it in society, you have it in... Suddenly people become judgmental. Suddenly some people, I'm so clever that I can judge you. Why? You came to this world screaming red, blue, or whatever in the face, having absolutely nothing. Let's face it. It's a fucking disgrace. I want to be me. Yeah, I want to be me. So badly.
When did the change happen?
With a change, it sounds like a disease. Yeah. Yeah.
No, but the change of mind that you said, like, okay, I changed my perspective this way.
Well, I'm sitting here with you, so something is happening, isn't it? I don't know what, and I'm not naive. I don't think, things fall from the sky, but what is there to lose for me? So here I am, talking to you. All your silly questions.
Being hungry, being cold, being have no roof and stuff, and being ignored from other people. That's what I want to change. I don't know. I have the feeling that it's my responsibility to do that, because I see so many people that ignore that situation, and I'm not able to ignore it. So I think it's my responsibility to show that.
This is what people are so crazy about. You need to talk about your past, yeah? Oh yeah, your past. Where are you from? When did it go wrong? When? Huh? I don't believe it. I don't think it's interesting. I think people are too concerned with these things. I think they're completely obsessed with the concept of where they're from, where they belong. People, the world goes mental about this at the moment. It is important to tell the story, isn't it? How did you end up like this? Where did you come from? Huh?
The story is always about having the past and looking forward.
Yeah, I know. In your book it is, isn't it? In your book, yeah?
We don't have a book.
Oh, you don't play? Oh, okay.
We just go by what you tell us,
Okay. I mean, it's freezing. It's what would you expect? How would you feel?
Well, to be honest, I'm pretty glad that I have a home.
Oh, yeah. Why aren't you at home? Why aren't you warm in your living room, huh? Your bedroom, wrapped up in your duvet, huh? Why are you here?
Even though we were spending quite a lot of time together, I had problems talking about how he spends his nights. He said that he had his naps on benches, and that he had a station that he uses as a base and that is under construction. And he was very, very proud. He never talked about himself as homeless.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's one thing I regret in regard to Lisa's exhibition. I do regret that we didn't manage to protect her better. There are a lot of crazy things were going on. Long before we even opened doors, was news about this thing, like going mad. There was a wildfire.
It's time to flash your white teeth. It's time to let them stare. God knows what's lying underneath. This fabric just won't tear. What a glamorous sight, breaking through the night.
fan group, a hashtag, a charity thing. There were songs streamed all over the place, viral, millions of clicks, images, tweets. Kind of the momentum was incredible. I decided to hire a young film crew to create some clips and content to enable people to follow her process. And that slowly developed into the idea of a documentary. Same happened with the music, by the way. The clips of Ashton Croyd's performances became so popular. It was natural to book him into a studio, have a backing band. It must have been like winning a lottery.
Go where your feet will take you. You know it's getting late. Become what they will make you. Knock, knock, knock. Here comes your fate. What a wonderful day, and I can hear them say, this must be the perfect hideaway. But I can give you what you came for. Just have a look round here and see what's going on. And tell me who you play this game for. We can go on that, but soon I will be gone. So long. We can go on that, but soon I will be gone. I will be gone. I will be gone. I will be gone. I will be gone.
At first it's important that the person already has an aura, so I can catch something. And then I think it's very important to get in a relationship with a person, that the person can trust me. And the important thing is that the person doesn't feel uncomfortable or doesn't feel naked in any way, that he feels occupied in my work, and that he feels good.
So after a month of charming him and building up his trust, Ashton signed a contract with Lisa that gave her the freedom to follow him and take photos as she pleased for her exhibition. In return, the gallery would finance the recording of Ashton's music. I guess we will never know if he knew what he was signing up for, or if he cared about the consequences, as long as he would be able to finish his musical project.
This crossroad wasn't on my map, so I suspected it could be a trap. Made my choice, I couldn't tell if it would lead to heaven or to hell. Oh, I still remember the songs in my head when I walked the streets back then. Was it you all the time? Was it you all the time? Was it you?
When Lisa Jonrel became kind of his manager, Ashton Croyd grew a substantial fan base quite fast. She basically used him as a PR stunt. And people say that she actually didn't want him to get off the streets because he was more easy to sell. I remember a press release was forwarded to me about a photographer who single-handedly would fight homelessness with a camera. I laughed at it and thought, oh no, another idealist posing as Mother Teresa, until I read who was behind it. Her first solo exhibition got a ridiculous amount of press. For a couple of weeks she was like a pop star, and no one seemed to know what happened. She was the new poster girl for the art world. And what could then be more provoking than it all looking like she was running a kind of charity? She was that good a saleswoman. Lisa's social media campaigns had a broader range than I think she intended. What started as a PR for a solo exhibition gave birth to a local popular cultural icon. First, the photos, and they worked great on Instagram, and that's how his career just exploded. But then very soon, it was also his story that the fans were interested in. And they wanted to save this poor man living on the streets. I believe her intentions probably were to reach a more intellectual art audience. His fan base was soon named Kreuzberg, after the group's origin in Kreuzberg. They were mostly millennials that was probably looking for a just cause to fight for, and in principle what could be more just than fighting for the people we see suffering every day.
Die Kreuzberg-Bewegung begann als Unterstützungsverein für Ashton Croyd. Und für mich als Sozialarbeiterin war es damals sehr spannend, mir dieses Projekt, was Lisa Jonrel ins Leben gerufen hat, mal genauer anzugucken.
We are always told that we are what we deserve, but that's all a lie. And we are here to stop the lies. We will not stop until every person on the streets has been given help, has been given a house, a permanent room, and self-respect.
Also nach meinem Eindruck ist der typische Obdachlose so um die 40 Jahre alt und kommt meist aus einem anderen europäischen Land.
Well, actually from my point of view, Ashton Croyd isn't the first one who needs to be saved. He is a white male. He comes from one of the richest countries in the world with a perfectly well social system.
Obdachlose erkennt man nicht immer am Äußeren. Also das ist total verschieden. Die können gut gekleidet sein, sie können den ganzen Tag S-Bahn fahren und die ganzen Mitmenschen und die Menschen um ihn herum bekommst du überhaupt nicht mit. Also für mich als Sozialarbeiterin war es total spannend und inspirierend, dass Lisa Jonrel den Obdachlosen so mit diesem Projekt eine Stimme gegeben hat. Und das hat viel ins Leben gerufen und viel erweckt.
Reporters put my life under scrutiny 24/7. I mean, this has been hyped up, and I bless them. I adore the Kreuzberg, but they are at the moment not exactly what I need, because I have to live up to some sort of ideal that I'm not comfortable with or can't live with.
They created the hashtag #MakeRoom, and basically it was about getting a room for everyone living on the streets.
I guess my only real connection might be that I'm walking past homeless people and people who are trying and fighting for their lives and basic needs every day, that I'm walking past them every day. And if you live in a big city like I do, at some point you'll start to notice it and blend out the nasty stuff and the ugly stuff because you don't want to see it.
Jeg kan tenke meg at han hadde det bra i Berlin. Han forsvant. Sånn gjorde han ofte. Bare forsvant. Når han vokste opp, så bare forsvant han, og så har han vært helt fra han var guttunge. Ja, hjemme hos oss så var det jo... Ja, det var ganske kaos mange ganger, men så var det den der med musikken, og heldigvis, pappaen var jo allerede blitt en rockestjerne da, vet du, så det heter. Faren var veldig opptatt av musikk, så det ble heldigvis gutten også, så det samlet oss da. Så vi hadde jo mye til felles, og de hadde til og med suksess, som jeg måtte hjelpe til med, at med økonomi og booke jobber og sånn, og ja. I det hele tatt så hadde vi det veldig kjekt, helt han plutselig forsvant igjen.
I'm not a good human being. I am not a good human being. I've hurt so many people.
Men heldigvis, etter hvert så fikk vi høre at han hadde fått et godt liv, at han hadde funnet en skjønn jente, og hun hadde en liten datter, en nydelig liten datter. Og de hadde blitt en flott familie. Men så ble hun syk, og hun ble veldig syk. Hun var egentlig veldig trist hele greia for det. Hun gikk rett og slett bort og døde, og det taklet han veldig dårlig. Så han gikk rett i kjelleren, som vi sier, og forsvant igjen. Så det var veldig trist. Derfor er det veldig kjekt å høre at det går bra med han nå.
The one thing I cannot forgive myself for is that I left a little girl behind.
He really loved my mom. You know, he really, really did. I don't know, kind of in a way I always forgave him for leaving because he made my mom so very happy, and I loved seeing her with him because she laughed at all of his stupid jokes, even when they weren't funny, she laughed. He had this childhood and this background that wasn't the easiest, and I just would always blame it all on that, and he brought out the best in her, and that's what I loved about him. And when she got really ill, we both just decided to cry all our tears out. We sat there in our living room and just cried for so long.
Now everything's dark, and I know that is scary for you, but we'll keep on watching while you sleep. And I may not be strong, and I may be scared just like you, but I've seen it before, and I know what to do. Chase the shadows in my own way. To keep them away from you, the sun will be up to chase the night away again, with laughters and fights of a new day. And I wish I could prove myself to you, so you could be safe when darkness arrives. In my own way, I will chase the shadows. In my own way, to keep them away from you. In my own way, I will fight the dragons. In my own way, to keep them away from you. Chase the shadows, fight the dragons, night and day for you.
When the funeral came, I didn't have any tears left to cry, so I was the one comforting people, and that's why I'm not mad at him. I just don't get it. I mean, if you love a person, how can you leave? I don't get it.
And that's where it all goes wrong in my head, time and time again. Everything looks bright.
I should have known that he had lived a life too. It had been almost 20 years after all. But he never told me about this. It was like my whole world fell apart. The makeover was never to win me back. It was for her. I realized you don't get a third chance in real life. I'd become a sad, conceited person.
Willkommen zurück zu Kultur um 9. Heute zu Gast bei uns Lisa Jonrel. Hallo, wir freuen uns, dass Sie hier sind.
Hallo, danke für die Einladung. Eigentlich mache ich keine Interviews mehr darüber, aber ich habe mich dazu entschieden, es ein letztes Mal zu tun, um gewisse Vorwürfe, die ich über mich gelesen habe, aufzuklären.
Gut.
When public opinion started to go against Lisa, she went on a crusade to defend her actions. As I was not able to reach Ashton for a long period of time, and as she would ignore my calls and messages, I went to the press to express my concern. I wasn't the only one.
Sie wurden für Ihre Arbeit ja nicht nur gelobt, sondern auch immens angegriffen.
Besonders von meiner ehemaligen Freundin Helena von Hoff. Sie hat die Medien manipuliert und sie gegen mich verwendet. Manche können es eben nicht gut aushalten, wenn andere erfolgreich sind. Und die Presse liebt es, Menschen aufzubauen und abzubauen.
The Kreuzberger movement was starting to divide itself into two fractions. On one hand, there were the people who were completely loyal to Lisa, and on the other, a growing group of concerned activists and social workers.
Ihrer Karriere hat es zumindest nicht geschadet, oder?
Ich brauchte rund um die Uhr Polizeischutz. Ich konnte mich in meinem eigenen Kiez nicht mehr normal und frei bewegen.
Yeah, people turned on Lisa. And it was really ugly to follow the Kreuzberg movement. They started to follow her, they threatened her. She had to move her flat, move all her stuff out of the studio. She had to stay low.
The answer to the question of how he could survive on the street for half a year, awaiting his music to be released, is simple. The Berlin press called it Der Cocktail.
I woke up one morning and the first thing I saw was a reporter asking me, was ist los mit diesem Cocktail? And they want to know, who's supplying this? 24/7 they trace me because they want to find out where these drop-off points are. So I have to move in mysterious ways to get away from all these people trying to find out where the drop-off points are.
The cocktail was a mix of substances and drinks to keep him at bay. They fed it to him secretly. Nobody could trace it.
I mean, how can anyone sponsor a life on the street? How is that even possible?
Der Vorwurf, den ich am meisten gehört habe, war: Wie konntest du ihn auf der Straße lassen, während du mit ihm Geld verdienst? Das ist so eine unfaire Aussage. Haben Sie jemals ein Tier in einer dieser Naturdokumentationen sterben sehen? Aus Hunger? Aus Durst? Niemand macht den Kameramann jemals dafür verantwortlich, oder?
Frau Jonrel, der Vergleich hinkt, das müssen Sie zugeben.
The makeover as an idea was starting to become a joke. Lisa had gone into the project wanting Ashton to change from a homeless person into a star in 6 months. But everyone could see his appearance deteriorating day by day, giving the opposite effect. They got the timing wrong. The momentum came too early. The exhibition came too late.
I wanted Ashton to release his music as a part of the project. I knew that was important to him. However, I couldn't do everything alone, and the people I worked with made the conclusion that his music was a bit wrong for the project. It was not the sound of Berlin in 2018, and we needed the sound of Berlin in 2018 to follow my photos. And there were also reports that he was very difficult to work with, that the producer was really struggling with him.
The producer wanted to use bits and pieces of his melodies and mix them on top of industrial dance grooves to portray the grit and gloominess of Berlin's underworld. He had finally been given time to record his music, but the producer had left the session. He could not work with neither Ashton nor his music, he claimed. They had cancelled the first day of recording due to the smell. A smell you can expect from a man living on the street for half a year. He was forced to wash before coming back the next day.
Remember, this was my project, not his. People miss that point. Yes, I understand that his song and his personality made people take him to their hearts, but none of that would happen without me. Now people want to give him all the credit, and that is just wrong. This is my concept, my story, my creation.
But at the 11th hour, Lisa and the gallery got their act together, and a physical makeover started. They got the inspiration from the heyday of Hollywood, rainbow diet pills. The cocktail changed from alcohol to amphetamine.
Drifted with the wind, got lost along the way. And when a storm came up, we knew we couldn't be saved. 'Cause we were chasing different things, like people do. And then there was no time to think, no time to act, no time for me and you. I stay alone just to hurt myself. I stay alone because I care. I stay alone because in time I know our love will reappear. And you'll be there. seem to call the shots and wanting me to chase your tail. As I was pushing forward, you were lag behind, and there was no time to do what we wanted to. Then I stay alone just to hurt myself. I stay alone because I care. I stay alone because of time. I know our love will reappear. The sweetest love that I've ever had, the brightest sky I've ever seen. And I've been crashing down somehow. I wish the gods would intervene. You know what I mean?
So when you asked me to do the interview, I was happy to do so. Most of all, to defend Lisa. And I will defend the right to express yourself in any given situation. You know, freedom of speech is at the core of my work. And I will not let criticism or cynicism rule me or compromise my work and compromise the artists I choose to display.
Come away, death, and in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I'm slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white stuck all with you, oh, prepare it. My part of death, no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet on my black coffin let there be strewn. Not a friend greet my poor corpse where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to save. Lay me, oh, where sad true lover never find my grave, to weep there.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. This is goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. This is goodbye. Such a failure, such a shame. But there is no wild beast to tame. I'm still me. Your liberator couldn't wait. But your regret you took his bait, 'cause you're not free. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. This is goodbye.
I think some people don't get that we're dealing with a man here who wanted to exit his life with a bang. You know, he wanted to orchestrate his own exit. What a coward act, in a way. You know, leave everybody behind just for a glimpse of fame.
He had only a few days to record the songs you've heard in this film. When Lisa and her people found the development of the music not according to the artistic vision of the project, the session was cut short. I came by on the last day. He was alone and in a good mood. It seemed he was in a good place. Back in drama school, Ashton had made some tunes for the songs in 12th Night. They didn't seem to be something special at the time, but now, 20 years later, hearing them again, I realized that they had been with me all along, as tunes from the past that I couldn't quite place.
She's back by popular demand. Please give a big hand to Helena von Hoff doing her famous recital from 12th Night.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear, your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting, journeys end in lovers' meeting. Every wise man's son doth know, what is love, 'tis not hereafter. Present mirth hath present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay there lies no plenty. Then come, kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's a stuff will not endure.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
In delay there lies no plenty. Then come kiss me, sweet and 20. Youth's a stuff will not endure. Youth's a stuff will not endure.
Not endure. The last goodbye in London had such an impact on the two of us. I knew leaving him was the correct thing to do, but I already knew then that it wasn't the right thing to do. It has been haunting me ever since. We went to court to stop Lisa spreading more of her lies and self-promotion in a documentary. There was only one way to win that battle. Through his music. That's where his soul was. She stole his face, his tragedy, his future and his fate, but she did not steal his music. Because it wasn't the sound of 2018.
The moment somebody puts money on the table, you have to deliver something. Which may have made me do things that I wouldn't have done because I feel a slight pressure.
Well, the only change for me is that people have started treating me differently, looking me into the eyes.
You treat me differently too. I don't know. You have to ask yourself. Why?
Some metro systems have circle lines. These lines used to intrigue me. They go round and round and round and lead you nowhere. The longer you ride, the less sense it makes. So, I've come full circle. And now I need to get off.
Yeah, I could feel the breeze, I saw the lights as I stood on a beach, a quiet summer night. I had this urge to go to see what's there and bring it back someday and keep it near. There's no better life across the fjord. Don't ask me where I've been, please just let me in. And I know you'll understand it, Lord. I saw imaginary angels, please forgive my sin. But the winds are so much colder now, and the waves splash against my face. I close my eyes to see if it's still there, but there's no image left. I've found my place. There's no better life across the fjord. Don't ask me where I've been, please just let me in. And I know you'll understand me, Lord. I saw imaginary angels, please forgive my sin. I saw imaginary angels, please forgive my sin.
My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
Step by step I'm going down, walking down the stairs, going underground. Unaware I've found my place, where I'm cut off and I can leave the race. Hey Kay, I've never felt so close to you as I do down here. Shall I jump on or jump off?
Got the looks of a thief and the eye of misbelief, but I dance like a queen. I've got a dog and a friend, much the same in the end. At least the dog is kind of clean. There's a hole in my cup, so come on, fill it up. Another day, another night, another fear I have to fight with the hands of Chopin. And if you ask, it's a way to get by. My piano and I, and a bottle of wine. I've got a glass and I've got ice, I've got cards and I've got dice, but just ain't got no luck. Got a chair and a bed, had a bird but it fled. The cage and I were stuck. There's a hole in my car. Another day, another night, another fear I have to fight with the hands of Chopin. And if you ask, it's a way to get by. My piano and I, and a bottle of got the voice of a priest, an incurable disease. I'm on top of my breed. There's a hole in my cup. Come on, fill it up.